we go. And we are live. Welcome back, everyone. I'm here with Teddy. Everybody knows Teddy. Say hi.
Hi.
How you been, Teddy? How's COVID been treating you? How have you been doing?
COVID been treating me very well. I had 2 tests, so I know that I am not positive. So that is good thing. And I just today got my first injection in my arm because
Attaboy.
I'm
Congrats. I didn't know
because
that.
I'm old, so I can get that earlier than the most people. So otherwise, it's going very good, and life is good, and it's pretty close to normal. Except you can't go out and eat, and you can't get together with friends. Otherwise, we are just enjoying it. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Life hasn't changed too much for me either, other than the no
yeah,
handball or sports. But yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I don't go out much anyway, but I do miss it now that I can't go
Oh,
out.
exactly. And my wife, she is working from home, and she done that the last 3 years. So that's not making any difference.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to the most after all the restrictions are up and COVID's finally over?
The biggest thing I'm looking forward to is that I got a trip that was planned for last year to go up to Alaska and take pictures of my favorite animals, the grizzly bears. And that's supposed to go in June, late June. So I hope that
Really?
that one is going to be going. Otherwise, I'm looking forward to get back to a normal life when you can go out for dinners, you can have friends over, and just be out and do normal shopping. You don't have to put a mask on, and just enjoy life again.
And come see me and come evaluate.
Yeah, but that is in Edmonton, so I'm not too sure about that. Yeah,
uh, okay. Well,
you know,
let's talk some handball. Okay, so well, let's talk about what growing up in Denmark was like, where handball is, other than soccer, the main sport there.
well, when I started playing handball, that was way before you were born,
Hmm.
because I was only 7 years old. So that would have been 1952, 53.
Wow.
And my parents, they couldn't really afford because we didn't have much. But we got out and we were playing handball, and I really fell in love with it because I found out that I was really good at being a goalkeeper.
You were a goalie?
Yes, for some time.
I didn't know
And
that either.
when I got to Canada, I did not play goalie anymore because I got the taste for scoring goals. So I liked to doing that. But in Denmark, I played goalie until I was 26. And then I started playing outside because we had another young one that wanted to play goalie. And then I said, okay, you can do that. And then I can go and score goals. And then I enjoyed that even more.
Yeah. Would you say you were a better out player or a goalie?
I was definitely a better goalie.
Yeah.
No doubt about
What
that.
did you play when you were out player?
I played center half
Okay,
or center back.
that's what I would have
So
guessed
I
then.
was more playmaker than, and that was the same when I got to Canada because most people here in Canada, they did not know much about handball.
Yeah. So
And
naturally,
at
you
that
would know
time,
the most and
when we
play
got here,
center.
it was stronger in Calgary than it was in Edmonton. Yeah.
Huh.
But then took when I became a referee when I was 14 and took some coaching courses. So I really enjoyed, and handball been very, very good to me on another thing too, because I was always a goalkeeper in soccer. And that helped you, with the training as a handball goalkeeper, helped you tremendous for soccer. So,
Okay, so training for soccer, it helped you
no, t-
that you were, or the opposite?
training handball
It was
helped
better.
me as a soccer goalie.
Interesting. See, I never thought like because they always have to dive so much in soccer that I thought the
Yeah,
technique
but
was so
your
different.
reaction time
That's what it
from the
helps, hey?
handball helps you, so you could read more and be in correct positions
Mhm.
as you play goalie in soccer.
And you develop more of like an instinct from like just seeing a bunch of different balls coming your way, I guess, hey?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
awesome. Do you have any stories from when you were younger, back when you were a goalie that you like to share, or even when you're an out player?
Well, I don't have many stories because it's so many years ago. So
Yeah.
lots of really the biggest thing for me when I played in Denmark was that that was when I first of all fell in love with airplanes, and then secondly that one of our first, probably been 14, 15 years old or so, when we got to go to Oslo to play handball. And there was some connections with people that worked in the Air Force. So we flew with a helicopter to Oslo to play for a weekend and then flew back home with helicopter again. And I think that one was probably one of the reasons that I got the job that I had until I retired.
And what was that?
Aircraft mechanic.
Huh.
Yeah,
You fell in love with air helicopters?
yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Actually, I always wanted to be a pilot since I was a kid.
Oh, I would never be a pilot.
No, just to repair them.
Just
Why?
repair
Because
'em,
you're a
because
mechanic.
you when you are a mechanic, you see all the small mistakes that the pilots are doing. So then you have to fix their mistakes. So
Okay, I get it.
yeah,
Uh, well, what was your favorite thing about playing handball?
uh, just being there and just enjoying being with all my friends and the games. Being so happy to see that you got some good guys like you coming in trying to score and you don't score, and then makes your heart just jumping and say, oh, that was good. And I think that was probably the biggest memory I have over the years, that some of the players that became very, very good players later on in life, that, oh, I stopped him. And so
Yeah.
I think that is probably the biggest things that's in my mind.
Well, what about what's your least favorite thing about playing?
The least favorite, practice.
Yeah, that was my least favorite too.
Yes, and then too that it cost a fair bit of money, and I had to do lots of things later on in life just to be able to support, to pay for the fees for the clubs. And like had the paper routes, and I was delivering bread in Sunday mornings, and just to help my mom and dad, so I could afford to go and play handball and get my shoes and uniforms. And
Hmm.
so that was probably the toughest burden on me as a young kid. And because lots of things you would like to do, but the parents didn't have the money to support you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
that's why when I became much older and I said, I want to make sure my kids could afford to go and do whatever sport they want to do, or if they want, I want them, for example, to be able to swim and dance. That's two things that I really were keen on make sure my kids they knew about that,
Why
because I
dance?
also dance, yeah, because in school I was a very quiet person, and we had all those school dances, and I was always the little one sitting in the corner, and I
Yeah, me too.
couldn't dance. So I want to make sure they could go out and enjoy it and have fun with their friends, and because that was one thing that I think I missed a lot of going to school. Same, I was a little fellow when I went to school, and
Yeah.
we had to take swimming, and I can swim now, but I never liked the water after our swimming classes because the big boys they were so happy to take Teddy and throw him in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of turned me off, and that's why I said
Damn.
my kids, they have to be able to swim and survive there.
That's good. I had a similar feelings as you. The swimming, of course, but I wanted my kids to go into dancing as well.
Yeah,
Just for coordination and like the
exactly.
muscle and
Yes,
all the
and
deep,
that too, if they go to out to a school dance, that they're not going to sit there and just
they're not going to
look
be
down
insecure about their dancing. Yeah.
and be jealous of all the kids that can dance and do it good. So yeah,
I'm
but I
planning
can
on
hold
taking
my
I'm
I
planning on
can
taking
hold
some dance
myself down.
lessons this summer, so you should actually join me.
Yeah.
I want to learn some salsa, anything Latino.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's worth it, and not only you know your coordination and be able to move. And I know when I sit and listen to music, I can't sit still
No.
anymore. But
Oh man. So when did you what how old were you when you retired from handball, you said?
when I retired from playing handball,
Playing, yeah.
I was see, I came here when I turned 30 when I got to Canada, so I probably played 6 years. So I would have been 35, 36 when I retired from playing. I was still coach, excuse me, still
Mhm.
coaching a men's and a women's team here in Calgary,
Okay. Oh, did
but
you say men's rugby? Me-
no handball,
Oh, sorry, I
men's
misheard that.
and women's.
Oh,
So
okay, okay.
I had the two. And then I really got into the refereeing.
That's
And,
when,
you
right
know,
after retirement?
I had refereed in Denmark. I
Hmm.
was actually refereeing in what they called Juliussen. So that is about, what would that be? About Division 5, something like that.
Yeah, I thought it was 4 when I was there. It could
Yeah,
be 5 though, yeah.
yeah, something like that. 4 or 5.
Hmm.
And then got over here, and then nobody knew how to referee when I got
Yeah.
here.
And now everybody knows.
A few, there's some good referees around now,
Well, yeah.
but,
It
but they didn't.
took a lot of time and teaching for sure.
It did, yeah, and we had a head referee in Alberta. His name was, maybe I shouldn't mention names, but just his name was Ralph, and you probably don't know him. It's so
No, I
long
don't know
ago.
him.
Yeah. So I got up here playing a game. That's when we had inter-squad games between Edmonton and Calgary.
Hmm.
So I got all my papers from Denmark and showed them to him. So yeah, I would like to referee here in Canada too. So, okay, you just have to take the referee's test, and then you can do that. So I took the test, and then I don't think I failed. So I got to referee, and then I got a nice referee uniform.
So that's all you needed to pass some what was it, like a multiple choice test?
It was a multiple choice test, yeah,
Huh.
yeah. But
Oh.
then the uniform they gave me, I showed them that I had my nice black referee uniforms
Yeah.
that you used all over the world, but not in Alberta. They used the striped ones like in football. So I got one of those, and actually I was going to wear it tonight, but
Oh,
it's
you
up in
should
my
have.
it's up in my closet, and yeah, it's a nice striped one with Alberta badge on. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome.
So it took a few years when we finally got into and say, okay, let's just use the same uniforms as they do in the rest of the world. And so
So what did you like about refereeing that you didn't realize, like, or that you didn't think you would like? What drew you to it?
actually interacting with players, and there's some not so nice players that when you got a player that is misbehaving, and with my education from the armed forces back home, I knew how to kind of cool players down
Yeah.
and talk to them and tell them that they are an idiot without really saying that. So that what I enjoyed and be able to guide bad players up, players that lost their temper, to get them to cool down so you don't have. And knock on wood, I have not had a fight in any of my games at all.
Wow.
So
Oh, hi. Oh, no way. Put it on. Hi. Look at that.
that is my
Classic.
starting uniform.
What is
Isn't
that
it
like? It's
nice?
embroidered, stitched on there, that Alberta crest? That's so cool.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
It looks brand new, like clean and
it is
everything.
brand new. I
And it
think I
smells
used
great.
it maybe 2 or 3 times, and then I put my black one on.
Oh,
And now think about that too. That I had a crest on mine from Juliussen, you know Juliussen, so Jutland,
yeah.
and it's the Jutland Handball Federation. So that is JHF. So people here they thought that was the international badge. So I said, no,
Oh.
it's not. Yeah,
Back to what you were saying about interacting with players and how that's your well, that's something you didn't realize you were gonna do or like as much. That's my favorite thing about refereeing too. Just like you can see yourself growing as a person and then teaching other people like the same kind of way and then teaching them how to play better or just mentally be a better player and a person in general.
absolutely. And you can kind of take them along and on their little trip to handball, and you run into over the life lots of players that you had confrontations with. But like today, we go. Oh, now it's been a while because of COVID, but I'll go out to the soccer center here in Calgary and watch games. My wife, she still played. And then you'll have old guys or young guys come to Teddy, how come you're not refereeing anymore? Because I refereed soccer too. Says, well, there's more in life than just, and I'm getting old now, I'm 76, so I'm not going to run out there with the young kids, and I will try and help them,
Yeah.
but and you meet so many people, you got so many friends, even if it's players that you red carded or whatever, and all that is just forgotten,
Yeah,
and I
it's not personal.
think, no, absolutely, it is a thing you did in the game, and it's all and done with. Then we can go and have a beer afterwards and discuss why did you do that. Oh, and then they was finally they'll admit, yeah, that was a good red card, and then
Most of
hey,
the time, most
you
of the time
continue.
they will, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Uh, were you in Quebec when me and Daryl? Yeah, you picked me and Daryl to ref the final in Quebec when we gave out 3 or 4 red cards to Quebec against Alberta, and then when we were changing in the locker room, we had the fan come in and just like come through the door and just start screaming at us in French, but we had no idea anything he was saying. We are just sitting there looking at him, and he's just like
Oh yeah. Yeah.
blah 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 blah. That was one of my favorite moments of refing.
Yeah, but it is nice if you get those confrontations and you will be able to kind of calm them down and sort them out.
If I could speak French, I probably would have, but I was just like,
Well,
I don't know
you,
what you're saying. Just yell,
yeah.
go ahead. Probably pissed them off even more a little bit. uh, did you have any fans or any like not fist fights or fight, but like you said you never had any fights, but did you have any fans or players that just come and screamed at you or something or was giving you shit? Oh, watch my back.
Lots of people gave me shit, or I wouldn't give them shit, but gave me their opinion
Uh-huh.
that way. But I have never had any confrontations with fans, players, or coaches. There's coaches that have been yelling and screaming at me, and then we'll just red card and throw them out and whatever. And then usually when they cool down and we cool down as referees, I would not talk to anybody for 10, 15 minutes until after the game. I'll go
Yeah.
to the dressing room, and then after we change and come out, oh, then we can talk. And most of the time, they will maybe not still not agree about it, but they will not be as furious and upset. They
Exactly.
want
Yeah.
eight people.
You let them
So
cool
uh,
down a little.
yeah,
Makes sense. Um, excuse me. What was your favorite place you've been to ref?
all over,
All over?
anywhere. I enjoyed go to any place. But if I have to say one place, and that was probably because that's when I got promoted to become an IHF referee, and that was Montreal. To
Really?
the I was over there for the pre-Olympic Games, and they had to get a pair of referees to go to the Olympics from Canada. And I think that is probably the time that I thought it was a cool place. But
Yeah.
otherwise, I've been to places all over the world, and I'm not too sure that, like in the Middle East, Qatar
Mm-hmm.
is probably one of the better places I've been to with how they treat referees and
Uh-huh.
like I had they want to take me out to show me gold because gold is very cheap there. So I was going to buy a gold chain, take it home to my wife, and we found a beautiful one to $600 US. And said, "Well, I'll take that because I got my per diem. I could afford it. That was not a
Yeah.
big deal." But I was not allowed to pay anything. They paid
No way.
every time. Yeah. And the same there, they when I got there and sorted out the visas in the airport, and then two guys took me to in a big limo to the hotel and said, so what do you want to drink? So, well, I don't need to drink, but if I have to do anything, then I like to drink beer. But it's a dry country.
Huh.
So we got back to the hotel, and here's a big fridge in the hotel. I opened, it was full of Heineken.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, some of those things, that is the really good things you remember about.
Yeah.
Other things that when they throw rocks at you, you don't like that too much.
Okay, so let's say that was the best referee treatment you've got in Qatar.
Yeah,
What would be one of the worst?
one of the worst was I was in West African Republic
Mm-hmm.
to give a course with Mohammed from Quebec. He was giving course for coaches, and I was doing for referees. And then there was a big open stadium where all the games were played. So the court was set up, and the timekeeper's table was over close to the fans. But after the first game, we realized we better move that. So we moved it all on the opposite side of the spectators because they started throwing in the beginning of the it was only fruit they're trying throw down on the field, hitting the players from the other teams, and they had soldiers all over trying to get the fans to behave, and they had all guns, but none of the guns worked. It was just some old garbage. It looked
Uh-huh.
like,
Just for show, kind of scare
yeah,
tactic.
yeah. So when the final was played, it was between Congo and Kenya, I think it was. And then the fans just went berserk. They threw big rocks
What?
out on the court. They hit the president from the West African Republic, and he got a big hit on the head. So all the players, it was a big soccer stadium, so it was just on the track on the side
Yeah.
the handball court was. So all the players, they went out on the middle of the soccer field because where they were supposed to get the medals, they had to go up in the stands. There was kind of steps in between the fans. They had to go up to the president for the federation, to get their medals. But they said, no, no, he won't do that. So finally, after a couple of hours, then the president, he came down on the grass and gave the medals to the team. That was awful, awful.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. That's one of the
Wow.
most countries I've been to. I will go back to, but I will not go to West African Republic. No.
What year was that?
That was 5 years ago.
That was 5 years ago?
Yeah, maybe 6 years ago. Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. It was
Wow.
just before I turned 70, so that is 6 years ago. Yeah,
Okay. Damn. Wow, I did not know that. Okay, so well, you've seen a lot of handball played in a lot of different countries and continents.
yeah.
How does Canadian handball, do you think, compare like growth wise or like what we're teaching the young?
Growth-wise, I think we are kind of doing okay. The only problems I think we got, or the biggest problem we got, it is we need some leadership on the Canadian Federation, which, in my opinion, the ones that have been there as presidents over the years have been people that have been in there for their own gain,
Mm-hmm.
not
I can
really
agree
for
with that.
handball. We had somebody got in there, they want to come on in IHF board, and but you know, handball wise, I don't think they've been doing anything, and that's where I would like to see that you will hire a manager that is supposed to grow the sport, make sure that we can get some sponsorship and get the news media involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we in Alberta is probably the one that is doing the best with the leadership and the people that we have had here. There is, and you know, that little guy that your name came up here, he's probably one of the ones that have been doing most for our sport and get people together. And then, of course, lots of you other guys in Edmonton are really pulling up, and we see that how uh, with all the trips with the young players, and they really get interested and they keep going in the game.
Yeah.
So, but on the Canadian, I don't think we got anybody right now. There is, I know the last three presidents that I know of, I'm not going to mention their names, but they have not done anything to promote our game.
Would you be the
They
next
would promote
president?
themselves, but not the game.
Would you consider being a president?
Absolutely
Oh
not.
yeah.
No, no. I'm
Okay.
too old for that. I'm not gonna get into all the politics, and I've been involved with that now, not only in Canada but on ISF as a referee and as an instructor. And no,
No. So you're not doing anything handball related currently. You
I watch it.
just watch and no plans to continue.
Mm, right now. I don't have any plans, and
Mhm.
first of all, I there's so much of it with, especially in refereeing, that all the electronic stuff, equipment that they're using nowadays. I'm not an electronic guy,
Mhm.
and all the rules have changed dramatically since I stopped refereeing and stopped as a instructor for IHF, and that's where I got. I wouldn't say I'm upset, but I'm
Less
kind of
motivated.
disappointed the way that the international federation are doing. When you're a referee and you're really on the top of your game, then they throw you away when you turn 50.
Why is
You
that?
lose your license as a referee when you're 50.
I did not know that.
No, and then I was lucky to be asked to continue as an instructor.
Mhm.
But then when you turn 70, no, then they don't use you anymore.
Interesting.
So lots of time, I think they are kind of thrown away lots of good knowledge that because we see many referees on a top level when they retire at 50, then they get out of handball. They don't do anything, and that is too bad
That,
because
yeah, that
they would
sucks.
be very very good teachers and help us for
Yeah.
the young kids, and that's why I really enjoy the clinics that we've been doing, especially up in Edmonton with the young kids. And
Yeah.
when you had the demand that if you want to play on the provincial team, you had to take a referee's course, which I think it's a really really good idea.
It helped me a lot,
Yeah.
even just learning how to play better, just knowing the rules better. And then to as a player, like, how, like we talked about how some players get hot-headed and stuff. I feel like most of that stems from not knowing the rules and
Oh yeah,
what you're
exactly.
supposed to do,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And you
So
got
yeah.
this stupid referee that blows for a call. Say, what the hell is this here?
Yeah.
And if you know the rules, yeah, okay, we'll just take it and then
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Teddy, it's always nice talking to you. Do you have anything else you wanted to share with us before we finish up here?
Well, there's a few things that I would like to talk about, and that
Let's
is,
talk.
talk. First of all, I would like to see some of the. I know somebody sent me a message the other day if I could do a video or do a refereeing clinic, and
Mhm.
I said, well, I can't do that. First of all, I've been out so much, so all the rules are changed dramatically. But otherwise, I enjoy and I will come around. I will come and see tournaments, and I'm not just in a cahoot and just staying here and not doing
Yeah.
anything. As soon as we can get out and travel and do stuff, then I will even come to Edmonton and watch some handball.
Sure the
Yeah.
rules have changed, like I'd say a bit, but you could at least help with like referee poise or character or where to like
Oh,
how to act as a ref.
absolutely. There is no difference with that. It's just
Exactly.
no. You can form the people so they know how to referee, and so it's only a question. You have to go in and read the rules again and find out the small details. Says now,
Yeah.
yeah. But otherwise, I enjoy handball, and whenever I can see handball, I will. Like, what's in the last? Who was the one the last World Championship? I can't remember.
The last one? Oh
Yeah,
God, I don't remember.
was no.
Nope, I can't remember.
Oh,
You
I
would know
think
for sure better.
somebody beat Sweden here a
Oh,
couple of
oh,
years
that's
ago.
right. Oh, that's right. That little country, that little one,
That little
not
northern
good at
country,
anything
yeah,
other than
yeah,
handball. That's
with a
right.
red and white flag, yeah, yeah. No, and every time I go, and I will go 2 or 3 times to Denmark a year,
Yeah.
and I will go and watch handball every time, and
Did,
I
so
will
did you
hear.
go this last time? Oh, I guess it must not have been because of
No,
no.
no, it was no, it was not in Denmark.
Damn.
Was
Would
it?
you?
Yeah,
No,
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 no, it was
no.
not. No,
But would you consider moving back and living in Denmark?
absolutely not.
No, why
No.
not?
First of all, uh, Denmark is too small for me, I think. And then, you know, you are so close, and then it's fairly expensive. Canada is a fantastic country where there is opportunities for everybody. And if you lose your company in Denmark, you wouldn't have a chance to restart again. Here, yeah, you lose your company, but you can get up, you can restart another company, and you can still make a living. It's not, and people don't look bad at you
Hmm.
if you go bankrupt,
Huh.
because there's lots of things that could be involved in that. And,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Cool.
No,
Okay. Good to know you'll be here.
I had my company here until I just got bought out. Well, that's 20 years ago now.
So now
And
just retirement, enjoying it.
I enjoy it. I do
Good.
what I want to do
Good.
now.
Good.
I go on my bear trips, and I just came home last year from one up to Churchill,
Yeah.
see some polar bears, and then I was up in Baffin Island, do polar bears, and then
Awesome.
hopefully I'm gonna go do my grizzly bears.
If you can't go to Alaska, can you just go somewhere else like the Yukon or somewhere BC? Do they have
I can
excursions
go
like
to
that?
Alaska. It will be open.
Okay.
It will be open in June. Yeah.
I just gotta let my dog in again. He's so
Oh yeah.
needy.
They're more important than anything
Yeah.
else. Yeah. And that's what I make as a good survival thing, that I go and take Gus for a walk every day. And I just take this one here.
Cutie.
It's a little French bulldog.
Yeah.
And he's so cute. And he makes me survive, and they go and take him for a walk. And then I do my walks every day, 5 to
Yeah.
10 kilometers. And then I go to the gym with a personal trainer twice a week. So I try to stay in shape.
Too bad. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing good. You're doing well. I mean, what else? Is there anything else you wanted to share with us?
There was one thing of course now I can't remember it.
That's okay.
No, not
No?
really.
All right. Well, I have one more
just-
question for you, I guess, before we really wrap it up.
Yeah.
Who's a better referee, me or Craig Fisher?
Me.
That's the answer I would have said too.
That's right. I'm not gonna get in trouble. You should know that.
Thanks, Teddy. It's been awesome talking to you. Every time I see you, we have a good chat and we laugh. I love
We
you,
will
man.
do that again.
Yes, we will.
Yeah. Get this here out of the way, and then we can get together again.
Definitely. Thank you
And
so much.
next time I'll have my hat on.
Yes, please. Don't make me look foolish alone.
That's fine.
Thanks a lot, Teddy.
Okay, you're welcome. You take care and say hi to everybody.
I
out there.
will. You too.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye, Ted.
Yeah. Bye.